Guys getting after it over there at FIU. First game in just 13 days, September 1st, when the Golden Panthers play at Duke. My guest tonight, he got a new football stadium built right there on campus. Hired a pretty successful football coach. Actually hired two big-name basketball coaches. He's the Executive Director of Sports and Entertainment at FIU, Pete Garcia, my guest. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate you coming in. Let's start with football. 2 straight bowl appearances. The pick to win the conference again this year. What are your expectations for football at FIU going forward?
Well, Mario and his staff have done a tremendous job of building this program, and I still remember we were 0-23 at one point.
That's right.
I don't want to remember, but being able to take us to 2 bowl games, and as hard as they've worked this offseason, this has been a tremendous offseason for him, his coaching staff, and the players, and we're ready. We can't wait for Duke.
You talked about Mario Cristobal. How have you been able to keep him at FIU when these bigger schools come after him?
Well, it's like I said before, I'd rather much rather have coaches that everybody wants than coaches that nobody wants.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a good thing, and Mario deserves all the recognition and the attention that he's gotten because he's built this program. He works as hard as anybody I've ever met. He's had a game plan from day one, and I think this year, obviously, he knew what he had coming back. 30 seniors, 19
right.
starters, so he is fired up. He cannot wait for 13 days from now.
Do you want back on your schedule?
Steve, we're playing everybody that wants to play us, and we've had really good success in scheduling. We got Pittsburgh for our home and home. We got Louisville for 4 games. We got A&M for a home and home. So we don't mind playing. We played Florida in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime.
You hired Richard Pitino to be your new basketball coach. Was the name recognition as big a factor as anything else in that hire?
Absolutely not. What he did at Louisville the last 2 years, he was basically, with all due respect to Rick Pitino,
Yeah.
he was running that program the last 2 years. Great success recruiting. He's done this. He worked under Billy Donovan for 2 years. So I had heard about him before. I went to the Final Four. And the thing that got my attention was that people that really didn't know him but had coached against him and prepared against him said, that's going to be a great coach.
That's the guy you got. We can break some news tonight if you would. Can you tell the story about his father, Rick Pitino, and his golf tournament here in town?
Yeah, we play Louisville in football down here September 22nd. On Friday the 21st, Rick Pitino is flying down with a number of Louisville donors. He lives in Indian Creek. There's a great golf course there.
Yeah.
And he's charging like $2,600 a foursome. All proceeds to benefit FIU basketball.
That's crazy.
Unheard of, but we're excited, and we like all the support. And Richard's done a great job in a couple months that he's been here. Was able to put a good staff together and sign 8 players.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but why did it not work out with Isaiah?
It just didn't work out, and sometimes it's not a good fit. When we hired him, obviously we got a lot of publicity. Our athletic department wasn't doing very well that time. Mario still hadn't gotten going. So I give him a lot of credit, Isaiah Thomas, for putting us on the map. And it was time to go in a different direction. And I don't know, I would have been able to hire a Richard Pitino if I hadn't hired Isaiah Thomas.
Last year in the Sun Belt Conference, you're moving to Conference USA. What does that do for the school?
Well, for our school, which tomorrow is the first day of class, and we're going to have for the first time in our history over 50,000 students.
Woo, man.
With average GPA over 3.8 and 1,700 in the SAT, it's going to get us a lot more exposure, financial. It's going to be better financially for us, and it gives us a platform to compete at the national level. Memphis and Louisville did it when they were there in the basketball. Rice does it in baseball. Houston did it last year.
Yeah.
So we think we compete at the highest level out of that platform.
You're finishing off the stadium, too. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's going to be done here in about a week.
Yeah.
So we're finishing off the lower level. We built this like a Lego set, and we're going to be at over 20,000 this year. Eventually, we're going to be 45 to 50,000. It's a great complex, great facilities. We got a 14,000 square foot weight room. That's one of the largest in the country.
Yeah.
So it's a great facility, and it's paid off dividends to help Mario recruit.
Before I let you go,
Yes.
Beach volleyball, really?
Absolutely.
As an intercollegiate sport?
Yes, it starts this year for the first time, and we wanted to be one of the first schools to add it. We had hired Rita Bucket Crockett, a 3-time Olympian. She's done a terrific job of recruiting all over the world, and we're going to play in South Beach. It's going to be an event. We already got a lot of interest from a couple of national networks to televise it. It's going to be exciting, and we're going to be competitive right off the bat.
We're going to televise FIU beach volleyball on South Beach.
Yes, we are. And we're going to get a great turnout, and it's going to be awesome.
I see some guys in the back right there said they're going to come out.
Everybody's invited. Everybody's invited.
Classes start tomorrow.
Classes start tomorrow. It's an exciting day at FIU. What our chairman of the board, Al Maury, and our president, Mark Rosenberg, have been able to do with this university in the last couple of years. It's been great. It's exploding. 10,000 freshmen.
50,000 kids, you say top 20 in the country.
Top 20 as far as size, and the quality is unbelievable.
This is the executive director of sports and entertainment at your